Okay, good morning, everyone. I hope you all can hear me. So it's great for the second day. Many of you have joined. So let's start the session. Now, as I mentioned, please have a book and a pen, and then a question and answer session will be at the end of. For the last 15 minutes, we will have a Q&A session. And then throughout these slides, there are red color highlighted points which are really important. And then if there are any doubts, please just ask me. Okay. So let's continue. So last session, we ended until partner's current account, and I gave you a small question. So let's go there. And before that, I need to explain a small. I need to explain a small. Okay. So here, I need to explain the two scenarios in profit appropriation account. The number one, the table on the left side, it shows if I have a profit, and the other one is a loss. So in your exam paper, you can have both. You can have either profit or loss. So you must know how to do that. So now let's look at the left one. This one. So the net profit is 10,000 rupees. Now after that, you have the interest on capital for a partner A and B, 2,000 and 1,000. Then you will deduct 3,000. So from 10,000, if you deduct 3,000, the remaining profit is rupees 7,000. So then there is salary. The total of salary is 2,400. So the remaining profit is 4,600. So then that 4,600 is divided equally. Now let's assume profit share ratio is equal. So it's 2,300. And then you will deduct everything and the net profit will be 0. Net profit is 0. Okay. Now this is really straightforward and easy if we have a profit. Now let's look if we have a loss. What happens if we have a loss? Now net profit, now I have written the term net profit, but the figures are within brackets. So that means a deduction. Now I have written net profit, but the figures are within brackets. So it means it's a net loss within brackets. Okay. Even if we have a profit or a loss, interest on capital and salary are same, because even the business makes a loss or profit, you must pay the partner's salary. You must pay the interest on capital. You cannot say to partners, we have the business has under loss, I cannot give you the salary for this year. You can't, the business can't do like that. So you should pay the interest on capital and salary same as the same treatment as profit. When you have a profit. But the change will be there in the profit share. Profit share. So now the third column, it is minus 10,000. So you guys know minus 10,000 and plus minus 3,000, the total is minus 13,000. Okay, not 7,000. It is minus 13,000 because the loss is increasing now. Because you need to pay the interest on capital. And then if you deduct the salary, when you deduct salary, then you add again 2,400 minus 2,400, it will be minus 15,400. Now this is simple maths. It will be 15,400. And then that 15,400 should be shared equally among owners. Equally among owners. So it will be 7,700 minus. So just take the second column of each table for profit share. Second column of each table for profit share. So then you will find I have written the profit share of 7,700 within brackets, both within brackets. So I need to make the net profit 0. So there is minus 15,400. Minus 15,400. Now I should make it 0. To make it 0, I should add 15,400. We need to add. Okay, so how will you record a loss in your partner's current account? How will you record a loss in the partner's current account? Let's say partner's current account. You will record the loss in the debit side. You will record the loss in debit side. Under the drawings, I have the loss share. It's debit side. It's debit. The reversal of the profit share double entry. Good. It is the reversal of the profit share double entry. The reversal. Okay. Okay. So now let's move on to the question. So hope everyone did this. Now few of them, not few accurate number of considerable amount of students, they sent me the answer saying that the net profit is 56,000 is wrong. It should be 54,000. Good. Good. They found out that because students know. Last week also I just went through the answer sheet, so there was a profit was 54,000. Okay. So hope you guys did this. And now let's go through. Amal, Suresh and Jeevan are partners of a business which commenced on 1/4/2020. 1/4/2020. Following information is provided by the accountant. Partnership agreement is as follows. They have given the partnership agreement. If any of you found it hard to do this question, so please have your answer sheet. Now use your calculator. You guys can use calculator. So use for 5% interest on capital per annum. Amal and Jeevan are entitled for a monthly salary of 1,000. Underline guys, monthly salary. They are saying not annual salary, the monthly salary. Monthly salary of rupees 1,000. So you need to understand, we are doing this question is for 1 year, but they have given the salary of rupees 1,000 for a month. So you need to multiply and write it. Profit is shared equally among partners. Okay, good. Profit is shared equally among partners. Okay, and then additional information. Net profit for the year is rupees 54,000. It was corrected from rupees 56,000. So the net profit should be 54,000. Capital employed by partners are Amal. The partners are Amal rupees 100,000, Suresh 120, and Jeevan 140. Okay. And then the water bill of the business of rupees 1,000. The water bill of rupees 1,000 was paid by Suresh. Was paid by Suresh. And this was reimbursed. And then fourth one, Amal and Jeevan withdraw cash from the business rupees 3,000 and 5,000 respectively. Now, even in your final paper, even in your exam paper, let it be MCQ or part 2, you will get very straightforward points like this. They will give you the partnership agreement. They will give you everything required. You just need to know the double entry and some basic calculations. After doing that, you can easily do this. So I hope everyone have done this. And now I will move on to the answer. So now first one is profit appropriation account. Okay. So this is the profit appropriation account. 54,000 interest on capital. Just look at the interest on capital for Amal, Suresh, and Jivan. 5,000, 6,000, and 7,000. Guys, please unmute yourself. So interest on capital 5,000, 6,000, and 7,000. So how did I get this? For an example, how did I get Amal 5,000? Amal 5,000. Go for the question. See guys, in partnership agreement, the question says partners are entitled for 5% interest on capital. 5% interest on capital. What is the capital invested by Amal? It is 100,000. So from that 100,000, 5%. From 100,000, 5%. It is rupees 5,000. That's how you find this. So like they have given the answer. Now they have given the interest rate, they have given the capital. So it's really easy. So it's really easy if you can just do the mathematical. You are working in the same answer sheet. You are working in the same answer sheet. Do you are all mathematical working in the same answer sheet? Okay, and then salary. Monthly salary is 1,000. So for yes. Hello guys. Please unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself. Please check whether you have unmuted, because normally we forget. Okay, again, salary. Monthly salary is 1,000, so annual salary is 12,000. For Suresh, there is no salary, G1. And then profit share. Profit share is equal, isn't it? So the remaining is 12,000. After you have deducted the interest on capital and salary from the net profit, the remaining is 12,000. So you will share it equally among the partners, 4,000, 4,000, 4,000. So it's really easy. Okay, it's very straightforward. And the next part is you need to transfer these things to partner's current account. Partner's current account. Here it is. Partner's current account. Partner's current account. Same items and amounts in the appropriation account you transfer to partner's current account. And then drawings, everything. So if you know the format, if you know the double entry, then it's very easy. It's very easy. Okay. So hope everyone understood. Is there any doubts? Are there any doubts? Just ask. For this question, from this question, if there's any doubts, please ask. Okay, so there's no doubt. So let's move on. Okay, there is one. Let's see. Okay. So now let's start the session number 2. So as I said last week, day before yesterday, I said that I will explain how if the business gets a loss. I explained this in the appropriation account, and I discussed the question too. So now the next. Okay, now I get a question. If the electricity bill wasn't reimbursed, if the electricity bill isn't reimbursed, is it considered as additional capital? Okay. A student is asking if the water bill expense paid by Suresh So if it is not reimbursed, is it considered as additional capital? No, it is not, because additional because in partnership, in partners current account, we only record the very short term transactions. So it's not only in single loan business we consider it as additional capital. But here also it's like part of capital, but we don't record in the capital account. We record in partner's current account, because partner's current account we record only the short term, the recurring transactions. So kind of like interest on capital, salary, profit share, and the reimbursement of expenses. It's like that, because it is payable to owner, right? The amount of ₹1,000 is payable to Suresh. So that's why I have written in the credit side of the current account. So it's not additional capital. Think it as a payable, a liability like. But we don't open a separate liability account. We go and credit in the partner's current account, because he is an existing partner. We credit in the partner's current account. Okay. Okay, I will share this. I will share the answer slide and everything later. So now let's move on. Session partner's capital account. Now this is really important. Same as partner's current account. Let's learn what is partner's capital account. Okay. So if you know partner's current account, the difference is the opposite. In partner's current account, we only record the short-term transactions. Short-term transactions. So in capital account, we record the long-term transactions. And it is an equity account. As you guys know, partner's capital account is also a equity account. And what are the long-term transactions? Okay, let's discuss. Okay, initial and additional capital invested. Now, a partner will not invest a capital on a yearly basis, isn't it? On a yearly basis, do you know anyone who will invest ₹1 million on a yearly basis to the same business? No, he will invest at the beginning, and then after 5 years, he may invest again another 500,000 or 1 million. So in practical world, it is not applicable. So practically it's not there. So we consider capital investment of capital as a long-term transaction. Or rather than cash, after 3 to 4 years, he introduces his own motor vehicle to the business. So that's also a type of capital. Okay, number 2, admission of a partner. Now these are important. Admission of a partner. And these are tested. Without admission or retirement of a partner, there is no partnership question. Okay, what's number admission of partner? Let's discuss. Let's say myself and you are partner of a business. And now one of your friend needs to be a partner. One of your friends need to be a partner. So just think practically and let me know, will we admit a partner on a yearly basis? Will we admit a partner on a yearly basis? No. No, guys, we won't. It's not a club. It's not a school club or nothing. On a yearly basis to admit or whenever he wishes. No, we consider everything, and it is a long-term event. Probably once in 5 years, or let's say after 3 years. It's kind of something like that. Because on a yearly basis, we don't admit partners. And then same as admission, retirement of a partner. It's also a long-term event. And then recording the goodwill of the business. Recording the goodwill of the business. So the last 3 points are really important. Recording the goodwill of the business. We will learn what is goodwill and everything. So these are few long-term transactions of partnership. In partner's capital account, long-term transaction of the business is recorded. And then the opening balance and closing balance in a capital account will be only in credit side. Will be only in credit side. Now, if you remember, if you have gone through the slides, okay, in partner's current account, the opening balance can be in both debit and in credit side. But in capital account, it is only in credit side. It is only in credit side. Okay, it's only in credit side. And we write accounts or we record in capital account if any of the long-term transactions happens. Any of the long-term transactions happens and it's most for tested, and that's given on the slide. If it is initial and additional capital invested, admission of a partner, retirement of a partner, and the record in the goodwill. Only for these 4 things we record in the capital account. We record in capital account. Okay. But what type of account, what type of items did we record in partner's current account? It's like interest on capital, salary, profit share, reimbursement of expenses, interest on loan payable to existing partner. Those are the transactions we recorded in partner's current account. So now you can have a better understanding between the differences of partner's current account and capital account. Now in MCQs, they will ask you to write 2 difference between current account and capital account. For a 1 mark question in MCQ, you will get that sometimes. Difference between partner's current account and capital account. So you need to know the differences and you need to know the similarities. You need to know the similarities. Okay. The next slide. Partner's capital account format. Now let's learn the format. For you are easy, guys. It's the same format as partner's current account. Partner's current account. First you will have the heading, and then same format. Same 8 columns. There are 8 columns now, 8 columns. But the details differ. Okay. Now I didn't put here debit side, credit side, not to, because I have done that in the partner's current account, so you must know that. Okay, in credit side first row, brought down balance. It shows the opening balances of capital account. And then you have cash. Cash means any additional or the capital invested, additional, any capital invested by the owner, by the partner, we record cash. How? Cash account debit, partner's capital account credit. When a partner invests, double entry, cash account debit, partner's capital account credit. Okay, cash account debit, partner's capital account credit. And then PPE. Now partner B has introduced PPE to the business. So PPE account debit, partner's capital account credit. PPE account debit, partner's capital account credit. And then goodwill. So if you look at this format, goodwill you have in both credit and debit side. Now this is important. So listen, you have goodwill in credit and debit side. Let's learn goodwill deeply in next slide. You'll have a good understanding. You have good knowledge, it's really easy. And then on the debit side, guys, you have a broad down balance. Is it correct or wrong? Isn't it? You have a broad down balance here. It's wrong because in partner's capital account, there is no broad down balance in debit side. Only in credit side. Only in credit side. Partner's capital account. Only in credit side. Broad down balance will be in only in credit side. Disposal of PPE. Disposal of PPE. That means disposal of PPE. That means a partner has taken, let's say, a motor vehicle, a furniture as its capital. The business says, okay, now in single owner business, the partner will withdraw, the partner will take business furniture for his own personal use. It's kind of something like that. We do like that. This is the equation. Then partner's capital account debit. Partner's capital account debit. PPE account credit. PPE account credit. Okay. So in partnership, guys, you won't get revaluation, nothing. Revaluation, you guys won't get in the partnership. Don't worry. You will not get revaluation like that things in the partnership. You will get in company accounts, not in partnership. Okay. So this is the format. And now let's learn what's goodwill. What is goodwill? Okay, simply explained, goodwill means this is the positive image of a business. The positive image of a business. Okay, let's turn to examples. Now, what is the feeling you get when I say that I have bought my clothes from Odell? From Odell. From Odell, and let's say Fashionbug. Odell and Fashionbug. Both of the brands are very good in textile business. Looks okay, they are. So what do you guys get the idea when I say the name Odell and Fashionbug? Now, technical guys, you will have a good feeling that Odell is a good brand, a superior brand. The clothes are in high quality, good in high quality, but and it's expensive. But in Fashionbug, it's also good quality, but after 1 year or after 1.5 years, wearing it will be not in the same good quality that we bought. It will tear soon. Another example, everyone, you guys know this. What if I say the term Apple phone and a Nokia phone, or Apple phone and Apple and Nokia. So if I give you 2 brand new phones of Apple and Nokia, everyone will automatically select the Apple phone. because they have a good positive feeling about that brand, isn't it? Now you guys know that you have a good positive feeling about that brand. Now actually Apple doesn't have any features in their mobile phones, but it's just the brand. You go for the brand, isn't it? Good. Now that feeling of a business is known as goodwill. Feeling of the business is known as goodwill. Okay. Now let's learn. Goodwill can be explained. Goodwill can be explained as the positive image of the business, and there is no prescribed method to calculate it. Calculate it in our syllabus. In your A-level syllabus, you do not need to calculate goodwill. You do not need to calculate goodwill. I have written again within brackets, in the exam, students are not required to calculate goodwill. They will give you the amount. They will give you goodwill is equal to 100,000. Goodwill is equal to 200,000. They will give you the amount. Okay, they will give you the amount. Okay, if I want to explain in simple terms, how can you calculate goodwill? I'll say. Now let's take Odell. So the Odell's worth, in accounting words, the Odell is actually, let's say, 20 million. 20 million. The worth of the Odell is 20 million after assets and liabilities, everything, the accounts done. The equity part, that means the real worth of the business, let's say it is 20 million. But an investor has decided to buy the business, has decided to buy the Odell. Now already Odell is being bought by SoftLogic. And for example, I'm saying, so the investor decided to buy Odell for rupees 50 million. 50 million. That, but the investor decides to buy it for 50 million. So the market price, let's say the market value of the business is 50 million. Now that difference, 30 million, is the goodwill, because Odell has created a good positive image in the people, because it's hard to get like that. To get a good positive reputation, among the public, it is really hard to get that, isn't it? If I open a business today, I will not have a goodwill tomorrow. I will not have a goodwill day after tomorrow, not even after 1 year. I need to do all my business activities in the best possible way, so that I will create a good reputation among my customers first, and then they will inform to other customers. Then only and then I need to do some marketing. I need to involve in CSR projects. I need to spend for that. And after those things, after 5 years, after 10 years, then everyone will know my brand. Everyone will know my brand. That's the idea there. Now, actually, guys, the real cost to make a Apple phone is around 200 to 300 US dollars. For iPhone 11, I think 200 to 311 $300, but they sell it for $1,000. So why do they do that? Why do they have a good profit margin? Because they know they are providing the best phone, and the customers know that it is the best phone in the market and I will buy that. So that's how people buy. So there is a goodwill, there is a good positive reputation that they have built. So it takes years to build that. It's not earned one day. It is not earned in one day. It takes years. Okay. So few factors which will affect the goodwill. Few factors which will affect the goodwill. Number one, location of the business. Location of the business. Now, what's the difference if you have a business and in center of town hall? Center of town hall or Kolpitia or in Bamalapitia. And the same business, let's say Fashion Bag opening a store in Bamalapitia and also in so Bamalapitia and Hambantota. So exactly you guys know the value, or let's say the value of the business which is located at Bamalapitia will be higher than Hambantota. Isn't it? The location of the business, the strategic location of the business. So it will affect the goodwill. It will affect the goodwill. So if you are in a good location, like in town hall, Kolopiti, within the Colombo areas, you have a good chance to build up your goodwill. Okay, and then the next one, publicity of the owners. You guys know after Odell, Miss Otara became very famous after Embark and everything. So it's like that. So what if Miss Otara started another business? It will be known to everyone, isn't it? It will be newspapers, it will be news, it will be around social medias, everything. So if the owners are very public, so the recent incident with Cristiano Ronaldo and the Coca-Cola company. So Cristiano Ronaldo has 300 million Instagram followers. 300 million. Okay. Or don't go and check that. But so just Ronaldo picked 2 Coca-Cola bottles and kept it aside, and he took a water bottle and kept in the conference. That's all. So it cost more. So it cost Coca-Cola company more than 4 billion. More than 4 billion. Just one gesture kept the 2 Coca-Cola bottles on the other side and took a water bottle. That's all. So the publicity of the owners. You know, now Ronaldo is a trademark. Ronaldo. Okay, and the next one, efficiency of the management. Efficiency of the management you can calculate, but as you guys know, what is the difference? If you go to a state bank and a private bank, then I don't need to explain, then you will understand the efficiency of the management. And then fourth one, quality of goods and services provided. If you provide quality goods and services on a consistent basis, more customers will come. You will build up your business. If you provide low quality of goods and services, your business will fail. So these are the factors, some few examples which will affect goodwill. Okay. Now, when is goodwill calculated? Now we need to calculate. I mean, calculate means we don't go and calculate goodwill. They will give you, but when do we need to look at goodwill, or when do we need to consider about goodwill? Why? Only in 2 instances. Only in 2 situations we need to look into goodwill. Number one is admission of a partner. When a partner is admitted, a new partner, we need to calculate goodwill. We need to calculate goodwill. And why? Why is that? That's the real answer there. Why? Why do I need to calculate the goodwill? Because now let's say me and my friend, we started the partnership business. We started a partnership business, and for 5 years, and for 5 years, we dedicated ourselves, and then we have built it to a good reputed company, good reputed business. Everyone knows our name. Everyone knows our name. A and B company. A and B company is our name. Or let's say A and B business, A and B partners, A and B partners. Everyone knows our business. So even as a rational investor, you will invest. You need to be a partner in a good company. You don't need to be a partner in a low performing company. You need to be a partner in a good, highly recognized, well established business. So after 5 years, now you need to join. Now you are planning to join our business, me and my friend, and then now you need to join. Now actually, why do you need to join? Because we are earning a good profit, and you need to be a partner and earn profit shares too. So me and my friend, we dedicated our whole 5 years, and we built up the business from zero, from scratch, to the current position. From zero to the current position, we have built that. So now everyone knows our business name. And then when you are joining us, then what should I do? What should I do now? Now we have done everything, me and my friend. Now we have decided to admit you as a partner. Now if you admit now, let's say, okay, so me and my friend have decided to admit you as a partner, both of us, and now both of us are discussing. Okay, Machan. Now we both worked hard, and now we have built this company. So let's share the let's calculate the worth of the business and the market price and the goodwill. So we'll tell to accountant, okay, check it and let me know. And now he will say the goodwill is 600,000. Goodwill is 600,000. The worth of the business is 400,000, and the market price is 1 million. 1 million. The goodwill is 600,000. So I will say, now we have dedicated ourselves 600,000 to earn this goodwill, 600,000. So this must be shared among ourselves. This must be shared among ourselves. So after that only we need to admit a new partner, because if we allocate in like this, and if we admit you will also be a partner for this goodwill which we both have worked. If I admit you will be a partner for this goodwill which we have worked to. So you need to pay us a small amount, to get this business brand. So that's why admission of a partner. We will learn later. Admission of a partner. Then and the retirement of a partner. Retirement of a partner. So for retirement of partner is all the same logic. Let's say there are 3 partners, A, B, C. They started from scratch and built up for the top, from scratch to top to bottom, from bottom to top. They worked hard for 5 years. And now partner C is retiring. Now he's going to retire. So now exactly, guys, now for 5 years, they have worked hard. The 3 have worked hard and they built up the business. So now, in addition to the capital, they need to pay him a separate amount for building up this business. So that payment of the separate amount is known as goodwill, something like that. Goodwill, from goodwill only you do everything. Even if you don't understand anything, just leave it. But just have the Main idea, goodwill is calculated in admission and a retirement of a partner. Okay, now let's learn double entry for goodwill. Double entry for goodwill. Double entry for goodwill. Okay. I will explain how goodwill works with a question. I have a question and I have done that. So I will explain with a question. Then you will understand. But now just have the practical knowledge. Okay. I will explain. I will explain. Okay. Double entry for goodwill. Let's learn the double entry first. As you know, goodwill is recorded only in partner's capital account. It is an intangible non-current asset. It is a non-current asset of the business. But you cannot see goodwill, so it is intangible non-current asset. And in our syllabus, it is not shown as non-current asset. We do not show goodwill as a non-current asset in our business, in our syllabus. Sorry, in our syllabus. Please don't write goodwill as an non-current asset in your partnership accounts. Or in your in company accounts, you won't get that. In partnership accounts, please don't write that. Please don't write goodwill as a non-current asset. We do not show that. Okay. The accounting treatment. What is the accounting treatment? Is to debit and credit the goodwill in the capital account in the same equal amounts. So to balance the account. Now you guys read the point. You read the point for yourself and try to understand. Okay, now the accounting treatment is to debit and credit, same in this capital account, debit and credit, the same equal amounts. Okay, what will happen if you debit 100 in an account, in a T account, you debit 100 and you credit 100. What will happen to the net effect? Net effect will be the net effect of the account will be 0. Good. It will be 0. If you debit and credit the same amount, it will be 0. So that is what we need to do in terms of goodwill. In capital account, we do that. In capital account, we do that. So we balance the account as debit and credit in the same equal amounts. Same equal amounts. Okay, now imagine a scale. Imagine a scale. So the treatment for goodwill is you share, you debit and credit the same. In a scale, you split it into half and put debit and credit. So the scale should be balanced. Same concept is for goodwill in capital account. You debit and credit the same equal amount to balance the account. Both the debit and credit side of goodwill should be equal. It should be equal. Okay, debit and credit side of goodwill should be equal. We learn. Now double entry. New profit sharing ratio debit, old profit sharing ratio credit. Okay, what is this, guys? Now what have I done here? New profit sharing ratio debit and then old profit sharing ratio credit. It is, guys, very easy. Goodwill, guys, the goodwill adjustment is the very easiest in partnership. It is the easiest in partnership because simply they will give you the goodwill amount. They will give you the goodwill amount. They will give you the new profit sharing ratio and the old profit sharing ratio. They will give you everything. And then you need to just multiply and write, the divide and write. That's all. Divide and multiply. That's all. So you need to use the new profit sharing ratio debit or profit sharing ratio credit. I have an example. I will explain. Note, in A-level syllabus, in your syllabus, the profit sharing ratios will be given. Profit sharing ratios will be given. And appropriating the goodwill amount in capital account is tested. This is English. Appropriating the goodwill. We do not need to calculate goodwill. They will give you. We need to appropriate goodwill in the capital account. Okay. Now, what is this new profit sharing ratio and old profit sharing ratio? Let's say me and my friend. Me and my friend are partners. We are the partners. So we share profit equally. And now now we have decided to admit you as a partner. So when you are admitted to the business, when you are admitted as a new partner, the profit sharing ratio will change sometimes. It will change. So after you have joined, that is the new profit sharing ratio. After you have joined, it is the new profit sharing ratio. So before you join, me and my friend only, we share the profit. So that is known as old profit sharing ratio. That is known as old profit sharing ratio. Now, this is the double entry for admission and retirement for goodwill. You need to remember, you only need to remember, even in admission or a retirement, the double entry for goodwill is same. The double entry for goodwill is same. New profit sharing ratio debit, old profit sharing ratio credit. New profit sharing ratio debit, old profit sharing ratio credit. This is the same double entry. Okay. Now, goodwill instances important, I think. Okay. Now this is important. This is like a logical thing that most of students, they misunderstand. Isn't it? They mostly misunderstand. Okay, a student is asking to explain it again. Okay, I will explain again. I will explain only the important part, very important part. Isn't it very important? I will explain again. In this slide, you need to remember the double entry. You need to remember the double entry and the note. That's all. That is the most important thing you need to carry to your exam. You need to know the double entry. You need to note. What is the double entry say? The double entry say the goodwill amount will be given. For you in the exam, they will give you. Okay, they will give you. So you need to do from the goodwill, you need to calculate the goodwill based on new profit sharing ratio and debit in the capital account. And then you need to then you need to use the old profit sharing ratio to credit. New profit sharing ratio debit, old profit sharing ratio credit. Now in accounts, the theory doesn't work if you don't apply it to questions. So if you do not understand this in this slide, it's okay. It's no problem, because in the first time you guys won't understand, it's okay. I will explain through a question. Then you will easily understand, guys. Then you will easily understand. I will explain through a question. Okay. But before that, this is important. Before that, this is important. So this is a good thing because I added last night. So just think. Admission of a partner. Now I am reading the headings. Admission of a partner at the start of the year and at the end of the year. Guys, this is very tricky because while doing partnership, students do not give their 100% attention to the dates. To the dates in accounts, dates are really important. You need to be really careful when they have given you dates. You need to understand what is happening. So in this table, I am saying admission of a partner of the year. Okay, that is the heading. Okay. Is it compulsory to calculate goodwill at the start of the year? Now I'm saying that if you guys can understand, I'm saying admission of a partner at the start of the year. Admission of a partner at the end of the year. Isn't it? Now I can admit you at the start of the year or at the end of the year. Now this is the two instances you will get in your past paper. You will not get question in the question that a partner is admitted at the halfway. Okay, at the halfway or after 3 months, after 9 months, you will not get that. You will get partner is admitted at the start of the year or partner is admitted at the end of the year. That's what you get. Okay, if a partner is admitted at the start of the year, do we need to, is it compulsory to calculate goodwill? As answer, just answer. You can unmute yourself and talk. Just give me the answer. Is it compulsory to calculate the goodwill at the start of the year? The partner is admitted at the start of the year. Good. Yes. Yes. Okay. And then if a partner is admitted at the end of the year, is it compulsory? Is it compulsory again? Good. Yes. Yes. It's compulsory. Okay. Now the second row. Second row. Is a partner, is he or she a partner in the current year? If a partner is admitted at the start of the year, is he a partner in the current year? Yes or no? Yes or no? Now this is really important. You need to understand. Sorry?
Yes.
Yeah. Good. Yes. He is a partner, right? If he is admitted at the start of the year. But if he is admitted at the end of the year? But if he is admitted at the end of the year? Good. No, he is not a partner if he is admitted at the last day of the accounting period. Okay. So third one, last. Is he or she entitled to any items in profit and loss appropriation account if he is admitted at the start of the year?
Yes.
Yes, because he was a partner and he is entitled. Yes. What if at the end of the year?
No.
No. Good. No. Okay. Now this one. I will give you 1 minute. I will give you 1 minute. Guys, do it on your own. Now don't draw the format. Just take a blank paper and write sketch. Yes or no? Sketch. I will give you 1 minute. Do this on your own. Okay, done. Okay, now I am talking about retirement of a partner at the start of the year. Is it compulsory to calculate goodwill? Yes. If a partner retires at the end of the year, still you need to calculate goodwill. Yes. Okay. And now, is he or she a partner in the current year if he retires at the start of the year?
No.
No.
No. No. Yes. What if he retires at the end of the year? Is he a partner?
Yes.
Is he or she a partner? Yes. Good. What if he retires at the start of the year? Is he entitled to any items in profit and loss appropriation account?
No.
No.
No, no. How you guys are thinking? No, yes, no. Don't be like that. Sure, no. Because he retired at the start of the year. But if he retires at the end of the year, is he
Yes.
entitled?
Yes.
Yes. Good. So this is these things you need to know. Because dates are really important. In accounting dates, accounting year, financial year is really important. So you need to understand this. Okay. Good. So now a goodwill question. I will give you 2 minutes. 1 minute, 30 seconds to read the question, 1.5 minutes to do the answer. I'll give you 2 minutes. Do on your own. Right. Okay, guys, done. So what does it say? Arnold and William are partners in a business, sharing profits equally. They admit Rocky as a new partner on 1/4/2021. Okay, 1/4/2021. That means 1/4/2021 means at the start of the year. Okay, at the start of the year, they admitted Rocky. At the time of admission, the goodwill of the business was calculated as rupees 600,000. As rupees 600,000. Now the new profit sharing ratio is unchanged. Well, let's say rather than that, I will rephrase it. Okay. Now wait, I will rephrase it as the profit sharing ratio. Now you guys can see the answer. Okay, good. I will say the profit share ratio is unchanged. Profit share ratio is unchanged. Okay, so now what will you get answer? Your answer should be like this. Now I have required the double entries and the workings. Workings I can show in slide. So if it's in a whiteboard, I could have. But you guys have debit and credit. That's all. Now what have I done? The goodwill. See guys, the new profit sharing ratio is equal among 3 partners. Is equal among 3 partners. So that is 1:1:1. So 600,000 divide by 3 into 1. Isn't it? 600,000 equally divided among the partners. So that is Arnold capital account debit 200, William debit 200, Rocky debit 200. Isn't it? So this is what you do. Now this is known as new profit sharing ratio. Isn't it? You debited based on the new profit sharing ratio. You credited using the old profit sharing ratio. Old profit sharing ratio is 1:1 only. So 600,000 divided by 2 into 1. That's all. Okay, so this is tested in your exam. Only this is tested. They will give you the value of goodwill in your exam question. They will give you the profit sharing ratio. They will give you the old profit sharing ratio. They will give you the new profit sharing ratio. And they will only ask to calculate this. Is it hard? Accounting is everything will be given. You only need to do this. You only need to do this. And you will debit this, debit 200, 200, 200 in capital account. See, double entry, see. Arnold capital account debit, okay? Arnold capital account debit. And then again, Arnold capital account credit. So you debit and credit. You debit and credit in capital account. So you debit 600,000 and then you credit 600,000. So the net effect is 0. Net effect is 0. Understood? The net effect is 0. So this is what they will test you. Now this is admission. Even in retirement, same. Even in retirement, it is same. You debit in new profit sharing ratio. You credit in old profit sharing ratio. Okay, now if you have any doubt related to goodwill, this calculation, if you have any doubts regarding goodwill only, just ask me. Unmute yourself and ask. So only you have question in goodwill. Don't wait till then now. Ask right now. If you have questions in goodwill. If you have any questions, just ask. Because only this is tested. Debit and credit, new profit sharing ratio, debit, old profit sharing ratio, credit. That's all. Okay, so there's no question. If you have anything, just answer at the end also. Okay. Now admission of a partner, there's a question. Admission of a partner, there's a question. X and Y are partners of a business and they decided to admit Z as a partner from 1/4/21. Okay, now this is at the start of the year. The goodwill of the business is valued at 600,000 and the old profit sharing ratio is 3:2 respectively. And the new profit sharing ratio is equal. See, old profit sharing ratio is 3:2. New profit sharing ratio is equal. Is that agreed to invest rupees 400,000? The opening capital balance of X and Y is rupees 500,000 and 600,000 respectively. Required the goodwill adjustment in the capital account for the year ending. Only capital account and everything is required. So I'll give you 4 minutes. Draw the format and do everything. I'll give you 4 minutes. Okay, I'm sorry, there was a small connection issue. So I hope everyone attempting or halfway done. Till 9:50, I'll give you another 1 minute just guys quickly. Okay. So now, you guys are done. Okay. So you should have a heading, partners capital account for the year ending. That was written, and your answer should be like this. Your answer like this, guys. Should be like this. Your answer. Is this correct? Is everyone's answer same? Is everyone's answer same? Okay. XY now goodwill is same. Guys, you debit and credit the same amount. For partners, you debit and credit the same amount for partners. So that's okay. And then the opening capital, sorry, is it agreed to invest rupees 400,000. So cash account debit, is it capital account credit. So I have, so everything is done there. And then opening capital balance of X and Y is rupees 500 and 600,000. So that's why I have written brought down 1/4/2021, 500 and 600,000. And that's all, isn't it? So after that, just balancing 860, 660, something like that. Okay, everyone done. Just tell me if you get this wrong, if you don't understand anything, just ask me, because I don't want to rush. These are the things you need to understand. So just let me know. Did you guys understood?
Yes, sir.
Understood. Okay. What about others? Everyone, if you have any doubt, just ask me, guys.
Clear, sir.
Okay. How did you? Okay. Asking how did you divide the goodwill? A student is asking how did you divide the goodwill? Okay. Now, what is the goodwill on new profit sharing ratio? New profit sharing ratio is equal, isn't it? New profit sharing ratio is equal. So 600,000 divided equally, it is 200,000 for each partner. So it is debit. New profit sharing ratio debit. Well, it's mathematics. 600,000 divided by 3 into 1. And the old profit sharing ratio is 3:2. So 600,000 divided by 5 multiplied by 3 for X. Then divide by 5 multiplied by 2 for Y. So that's how you do. Is it fine? A brother who asked that question. Okay, how did you divide the goodwill? Are you fine? Well, that's what I have done here.
Fine,
It's
sir.
just mathematics. Yes, like this. Okay, good. So now I have taken the same answer slide for the next slide. Okay, previous slide answer, but in a big way. Now I need to explain something. Now, if you guys can see, partner Z. Now this is a really important stuff. You need to now listen carefully. Stop writing and listen. Listen attentively, because normally you wouldn't have learned this. Sometimes may, sometimes not. Okay, so let's learn. Really important to understand the logic. Now, partner Z invested 400,000, right? He invested 400,000. But why is his brought down balance for the next year shows 200,000 only? He invested 400,000. What happened to the balance 200,000? Because his closing balance is showing us 200,000 only. Why is that? What's the reason? And if you check partner X and Y, if you check partner X and Y, they are brought down balance first 500,000 and 600. I will dictate in thousands. It was 500,000 and 500 and 600. But their closing balance is 660 and 640. So see this. That's it. The arrow from 500,000 to 660, and then 600,000 to 640. Now they didn't invest even a single rupee. They didn't invest. So how did their value increase? And while Z invested 400,000, but he has now remaining 200,000. What happened? What happened? Is it wrong what we did? Now guys, is it wrong?
C has contributed goodwill.
You have done wrong. Good. Now let's learn why. Okay. Now let's learn why. If you check the red color arrow things, red color circle. The total of Z was 400,000, but his closing balance was 200,000. Now listen attentively. But Z closing balance is circled in black color. So it's how much? 200,000. Remaining is 200,000 now. What happened? What happened? If you check the blue color circle, this dance, if you check the blue color answer, the goodwill credited for X, goodwill credited for X is 360. 360 and debited is 200,000. Now you know capital account is an equity account. Capital account is an equity account. Now in an equity account, if you credit, it will increase. If you debit, it will decrease. So when you credit for X 360 and when you debit 200, what is the net effect? What is the net effect? It is a net effect of credit 160, right? Isn't it? You credited 360, but for X you debited 200. You credit 360, you debit 200. So the net effect is in credit side plus 160, isn't it? Plus 160. So that is the increase in his value from 500 to 660. That is the 160 increase. That is the 160 increase. Now on the other side, if you look at Y is credited 240. Y is credited 240, but he is debited 200,000. That he is debited 200,000. His net effect is in credit side plus 40. So that led to 600 to 640 increase. 600 to 640 increase. Now, what is the total net effect of change in equity for X and Y? What is the total net effect of change in equity in credit? For X plus 160, for Y plus 40, total increase in credit side is for X and Y is plus 200,000. Plus 200,000. Isn't it? Plus 200,000. Okay, I will explain again from first. Okay. Okay, again, this is really important. You need to understand. Again, I will give you 30 seconds. So just go through the amounts and figures and try to understand what I explained a bit now. So try to understand it. Have a deep breath and everything. I will explain. Again, this is really important. Okay, the opening balance of X. Opening balance of X is 500,000. Opening balance of X is 500,000. But the closing balance of X is 660,000. Isn't it? 660,000. And then The opening balance of Y is 600,000 and the closing is 640,000. Closing is 640,000. How can that happen if they didn't even invest a single rupee? They didn't invest anything, but how did that happen? And the other thing is Z invested 400,000. Z invested 400,000, but his closing balance, his remaining balance in capital account is 200,000. What happened to the balance 200,000? What happens to the balance 200,000? Simply what happened is, guys, now as I said you, X and Y are existing partner. They have contributed to the development of the business. Now Z is admitted as a partner. Z is admitted as a partner. So as Z is admitted as a partner, now he needs to contribute to the goodwill too. He needs to contribute to the same goodwill. Now all these years only X and Y. Now Z also coming. So X and Y will say, we have contributed and developed this business for this position. You need to pay for the goodwill too. You need, if you want to become a partner, you pay for the goodwill and come, isn't it? So that's why in Z debit you have done 200,000. That is his part of goodwill. That means simply he purchased the part of goodwill. He purchased the part of goodwill of 200,000. And now for X, the blue color circle, for X, you credited 360 but debited 200. So the net effect is 160 on credit side. Now I said, no, Z purchased goodwill of 200,000. From where did he purchased? From X and Y. From X and Y. So he paid 200,000 to X and Y for his share of 200,000. So X got 160. X got 160 for the goodwill and Y got 40,000. And partner Y got 40,000. Partner Y got 40,000. Understood? So that is the net increase in the partner's capital account credit side. If you see this, everything 500,000 and 660. 500,000 and 660. 160 is increase in equity for X. And then for Y, 600,000 to 640. 600,000 to 640. Increase in equity of Y. Increase in equity of Y. And this 200,000, which is debited by Z, which is debited by Z, which is debited by Z, which is debited by Z. And that is paid for the partners to purchase a part of the goodwill. It is done to purchase the goodwill. So this is how you do the partner's capital account, the goodwill adjustment in a partner's capital account. These will be tested. And you need to know why. You need to know why, because why the X equity increases and increased from 500 to 660. From 660, you need to know that. Because what does the goodwill double entry? New profit sharing ratio debit, old profit sharing ratio credit. New profit sharing ratio debit, old profit sharing ratio credit. Understood? Okay. Now a student has asked, why have we debited X and Y too? Why have we debited X and Y in the debit side of partner's capital account? That is we need to show the share of goodwill among the partners. Now we need to show the share of goodwill among the partners. The new goodwill share among the partners based on the new profit share ratio. It is equal now. So 600,000 divided equally. 200,000, 200, 200. That is in the double entry. What you are written is double entry. New profit sharing ratio debit, old profit sharing ratio credit. Understood? Guys, there is no opening goodwill. We have okay. Please keep the doubts later. Wait, I'll check what is the next slide. Okay, next slide is retirement of partner. Okay, if you have any doubt, just ask me. Unmute yourself and ask clearly. Any doubts? No problem. This is important. This is important. So if you have any doubts, just ask me. Don't type in chat, nothing. Just unmute yourself and ask. Unmute yourself and ask. Yes, if you have doubts, you should ask, not me. If you have
Sir,
any
how
doubts,
to find?
just ask. Yes.
Sir, how to find the goodwill in the credit side?
Okay.
360,000, 240,000.
Okay. Now you brother take a. Do you have a pen and a paper? Bro, do you have
Yes,
a
sir.
pen and a paper? Okay. What is the goodwill? What is the goodwill amount?
360,000.
What is the goodwill amount? This is the question. What is the goodwill amount? What is the goodwill amount?
600,000.
Okay. What is the double entry for goodwill? Very easy one. Easiest double entry in accounts. What is the double entry for goodwill? New profit sharing ratio debit.
All
Yes.
profit sharing ratio credit. All profit sharing ratio credit.
Good. Okay. Now for partner X, how will you find? Okay. Now, bro, 600,000. 600,000. What is the new profit sharing ratio? What is the new profit sharing ratio? Yes.
200,000. 200,000.
No, I am asking the profit sharing ratio.
Equal. 1:1:1.
Ah, good. 1:1:1. So you are saying 1/3. So okay. So 300,000 should be, sorry, 600,000 should be divided among how many people?
3 people.
3 people on an equal basis. So one person will get how much?
200,000.
Good. Then 200,000 you will debit everything, isn't it? Isn't it? So that's what you have done in debit side.
Yes.
X debit, Y debit, Z debit, same 200,000 based on the ratio. You divide and multiply. Okay. Now do for the credit side. 600,000. Okay. Now you will divide by how much? What is the old profit sharing ratio in the question?
3:2.
Okay. Then 600,000 divide by how much? Divide by, you will divide
5.
by 5. And for partner X, it is 3. So divide by 5 and you will multiply by
3.
Good. Then what's the answer? What's the answer? Use a calculator, guys. You all can use a calculator. Anyone to do
Yes,
this?
sir. Now clear, sir.
That is how you do. You will divide and multiply. Okay. Others, if you have any doubt, Just ask me. Have any doubt? Now only you need to have the doubts. Now only you need to have the doubts. If you have any doubts, just ask me. Unmute yourself and ask. This is your last chance of learning partnership. After this, where will you learn again? Yes. Now in recording session, when we upload the recorded session, you cannot ask doubts there. You just need to listen. But now this is a live session, so you must ask questions now. Your doubts, not later in WhatsApp messages, or later in a call or something. Not like that. Now ask now. If you have any doubts. Okay, a student has asked, why should we credit and debit for X and Y? Okay, in accounts, we need to show full information, a complete information. So when I credit for X and Y, when I credit for X and Y, the goodwill, 360 and 240, 360 and 240,000. So I know when I look at the accounts, I know the goodwill is totally 600,000, but X has got 360 and Y has got 240. So that is how I will know. So that's why we credit. Now that is a double entry. What does the double entry say? Debit and credit. Share ratio credit. So I have credited. Okay, so now I have credited. And then I have debited for new profit share ratio. Capital account is an equity account. So in equity account means when you debit, your equity reduces. So in debit side, I have written a 200,000, 200,000, 200,000. That shows how much each partner loses now. Loses now in terms of sharing the goodwill. Now a new partner is admitted now. So now the goodwill must be shared among the partners. So X loses 200,000. Y also loses 200,000. And Z purchased 200,000. Okay. Z got the 200,000 from X and Y. No need to think much. Just think the double entry. New profit sharing ratio debit, old profit sharing ratio credit. That's all you need to know. In accounts, they will not ask why you are debiting, why you are crediting. It's okay, nothing. Even for this goodwill, just leave that question. In other things, ask why debit, why credit, but for goodwill, leave, because you won't understand if I explain more. In goodwill, debit and credit. That's all you need to know. You debit in new profit sharing ratio, you credit old profit sharing ratio. That's all. Okay, any more doubts? Please ask. Guys, if you have any doubts, just ask. Don't be silent, because this is really important. Most of you guys learned partnership in online sessions in your school. So please ask the question. The same method is applicable for partners. The same method is applicable for retirement also. Same method is applicable for retirement, for goodwill appropriating. You do the same for retirements. Okay, so now let's move to retirement. Retirement of a partner. Yes, if you guys have any doubts? Any doubts, please? Okay, then please unmute yourself if you do not need to ask a doubt. Please unmute yourself. Okay, now retirement of a partner. The equity of a partner consists of both partners' current account and capital account. This is what I was saying from the slide from the first session. Partners' equity consists of both current and capital account. That's the second point. So, when a partner retires, the remaining balance in current account and capital account should be paid to him, isn't it? Did you guys understand the second point? Did you guys understand the second point? Now, in a partnership business, current and capital account. Current and capital account is partner's equity. Partner's equity means payable to owner, payable to the partner. Now the balance in current account and also in capital account should be paid to owner. So when a partner retires, there are two balances that should be paid to him, both current account and capital account. So that's what I'm saying here. Steps to remember. Check the date of retirement. Check the date of retirement. And number two, very important, transfer the current account balance to capital account at the date of retirement. Transfer the current account balance to capital account. What we do is, we transfer the current account balance to capital account and then pay him. Okay. Now let's say partner retires and he is leaving. Now we need to pay his money. So I will transfer the current account balance. Let's say current account balance is a small balance. A small account. From that small account and transfer to the big account, the capital account. From current account, I transfer to capital account and then I will pay him. And then I will pay the partner. What is the double entry? Partner's current account debit, partner's capital account credit. That's the double entry. Now, partner's current account debit, partner's capital account credit. Partner's current account debit, partner's capital account credit. Okay, even if you guys didn't understand, it's okay, no problem. No problem, we will do a question. Okay, from capital account, transfer to a loan account or record if it is paid by cash. Now let's say I need to pay 1 million to a partner. His total equity is 1 million. Now the business need to pay. Business has no money to pay the 1 million. So the business says, I need to pay 1 million. Now you are retired now. So now let's consider it as a loan. Let's consider it as a non-current liability, a loan. Then I will pay you. Guys, do you remember the section 42? Section 42 is related to the retirement of a partner. But we learned day before yesterday. So it says if a loan is provided, what should you do? Good, a 5% loan interest should be paid. If you transfer to a loan account, the double entry is partner's capital account debit, partner's capital account debit, loan account credit. Partner's capital account debit, loan account credit. If you transfer to a loan account. But if you need to pay by a cash? But if you are gonna pay by cash? Partner's capital account debit, cash account credit. Okay. Partner's capital account debit, cash account credit. Now a really important point I have said indirectly in this slide is when a partner retires and when we are going to transfer to a loan account or paid by cash, that amount will consist of both capital account balance and also current account balance. Okay. Now, if you remember this, transfer the current account balance to capital account. Transfer the current account balance to capital account. So when you transfer, now let's say current account balance is 100. Capital account balance is 500. When you transfer the current account balance to capital account, the total of capital account balance will be 600. 500 plus 100, it will be 600. Okay. So we will learn this while doing a question. But these are the double entries, guys. I have given you the double entries. I am explaining why debit, why credit. Why debit, why credit? Partner's current account debit. Why partner's current account debit in this double entry? Because when now in the balance is in current account, sorry, in credit side, in current account, credit side. So I need to take that. So I need to transfer that to capital account. So you will debit, you will take it from current account. That means equity will reduce, current account balance will reduce. So then debit, and then you will transfer to capital account. Then capital account balance will increase. So equity increase, credit. Equity increase, credit. And then from capital account transfer to loan account. From partner's capital account, you will take the money and write it in a loan account. So from when capital account, when you take money, your equity reduces. It becomes zero. When a partner retires, it becomes zero. So partner's capital account debit. And then you have a non-current liability, a new non-current liability, loan account. Loan account will increase. Liability increase means credit. It is paid by cash. Partner's capital account debit, same. When you pay by cash, your asset reduces. Asset decrease. So when asset decrease, credit. When asset decrease, credit. Okay, now retirement of a partner question. Retirement of a partner question. Okay. Now you guys do this. I will give you, now the time is 10:23 now. It's okay. This is a homework. Same as admission. This is a homework. After this, done. After this, done. This is the last slide. Yes, this is the last slide. This is the last slide. This is the homework for you guys. Okay, now let's go through the question for a while. A, B, C are partners. A, B, C are partners of a business, and C decided to retire as a partner from 1/4/2021. Okay, now C is retiring as a partner. What is the date? 1/4/2021. Is it at the start of the year or end of the year? Guys, your financial year starts from 1/4/2021. So it is at the start of the year, he is retiring. The goodwill of the business is valued at ₹600,000, and the old profit sharing ratio is 3:2:1 respectively. So old profit share ratio is 3:2:1 and new profit sharing ratio is equal. Now there are only two partners remaining now, A and B. Now between them, new profit sharing ratio is equal. It is 1:1. And then the amount payable to C, the amount payable to C was considered as a loan. Now business is not paying by cash, it's considered as a loan. In accounts, they will tell you like this in clear words. They will say everything step by step. You only need to understand and read and understand. That's all. Read, understand. Okay. And the second point, the current account balance of partner C. Now partner C is the one who is retiring. Partner C as at 1/4/2021. The opening balance of current account they have given is rupees 80,000. Is rupees 80,000. Opening, third point. Opening capital balance of partners are 400,000, 350,000, and 540,000 respectively. That means opening capital balance of 50 and C is 450. Required the adjustment in the capital account at the year start. I am only asking the capital account, not current account, only capital account. So, okay, so this is a homework. You guys should do and let me know. Okay, guys, you guys should do and let me know. Okay, if you have any doubts, just ask me. Any doubts over the slide? Any doubts? If you didn't understand anything. Okay, now there are some students. Okay, now do you guys have any problems? How to appropriate in the goodwill? Do you guys have any doubts? Any problems? Do you guys have any doubts regarding appropriating the goodwill? What about others? Please unmute yourself and tell me. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Because partnership is done. That's all partnership. Admission and retirement, that's all. That is the big things we learned today. That's all. There are some technical double entries and some things to understand. That's all. So if you have any doubts, just ask me. Now, if you have any doubts, just ask me, please. Okay, there are some students, they didn't ask, but they find it really hard to appropriate the goodwill based on ratios, isn't it? They find it really hard. Okay, I will explain. I will show you how to get this. Okay, can you guys see the Excel? You guys can now? Okay, now I will do a small working, okay? I will do a small working. Because everyone are same, everyone are not same, okay? Whole profit sharing ratio among partners is 3:2:1. New profit sharing ratio is 1:1. 1:1 means equal. So double entry is new profit sharing ratio debit. Old profit sharing ratio credit. Old profit sharing ratio. Yes, I have shared a screen. Can you guys see?
Yes, sir.
Okay, give me a minute. Okay, now can you guys see the Excel sheet? Okay, can you guys see the Excel sheet? Everyone, please unmute yourself and.
Yes, sir.
Everyone can see now? Okay. Now I have written, see, goodwill is 600,000. Goodwill is 600,000. Old profit sharing ratio is 3:2:1. 3:2:1. Okay, now this one done. Everyone can see. Okay. So this is double entry. This is the double entry. Double entry. Okay. New profit share ratio debit, old profit share ratio credit. Now I will do the new profit sharing ratio. New profit sharing ratio. Okay. Okay. How will you do this? Equals 600,000 divide by what is the new profit sharing ratio? 1:1. 1:1. 1:1. 1:1 means 2. You will divide by 2 and then you will multiply by 1. then you will get 300. So you guys can see the equation here. See, 600. This is for partner, let's say A. Now there are three partners, A, B, C. Okay. Give me a minute. Need to share. C is retiring. C is retiring. Okay. So this is what you do for A. And then B. B, what do you do? 600,000. $600. Okay. And then divide by 2. For C is also 1. Then you will multiply by 1. So it's 300. See, then the total is how much? Total is how much of these two? 600, right? Total is 600. Now if I show the whole profit sharing ratio, okay, now for A, there are A, B, and C. Okay, A, B, C. Same. 600,000. I'm doing in 1,600 divided by. Is the whole profit share ratio is here. 3:2:1. And for A, it is 3. For A, it is 3. You will multiply by 3. Then you will get the answer here. And then for B, 600 divided by 6 into 2. Then you will get 200. Then for C, 600 divided by 6 into 1. So now equal sum to take the total of your credit. Ratio you debit this, you debit 600. Then you credit 600. Account is same, na? Account is same. So this is what you do. You debit 600, you credit 600. So this is how you will calculate it. This is the equation. You take the total goodwill, you add that ratios, 3:1 added is 6. Then you will multiply by the ratio appropriated for each partner. This is what you do. So is it clear now? Is it clear, guys? Is it clear? Just please stop. Just tell me, is it clear? How to appropriate? That's a very simple mathematical equation. I just said. Okay, if you have any doubts, just let me know. There is time, no worries, there is time. Even if you have any doubts, even if you don't know how to divide and multiply, just tell me. Just tell me, guys. Please unmute yourselves and ask. If you don't have doubts, also just say you don't have doubts. Guys, you need to be really concerned about this, because this is a compulsory question that you will get. That means a 100% sure question, partnership in MCQ and part 2. Okay, so if there is no question, let's end the session. And before that, this is a homework. So I will discuss this answer in the next session, day after tomorrow, for 15 minutes or 20 minutes. And then he will do a past paper answer discussion. So later I will, in the group, I will let you know the past paper part 2 that you must do and come. do and come. Okay, you must do and come. Then we will do it. Then we will do it. Okay. So hope you guys understood. If you have any doubts, just ask me. And as previous for this question also, do the answers and send me in WhatsApp. Okay, do the answers and send me. So I know that you guys have understood. Okay, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening.